Looks like a Crunch Wrap Supreme. Hi, and welcome to Santa Barbara Wargaming's vlog. We're on the road to GenCon.
Woo!
Well, we've actually been on the road to GenCon for a little bit. We're in beautiful Los Angeles and Century Boulevard, just a couple blocks from LAX. We're going to be beginning our journey tomorrow morning, flying into Chicago O'Hare Airport, where we will be renting a car, getting some hot dogs, getting a
deep dish
pizza, and driving 210 miles to Indianapolis, where we will be attending GenCon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Apparently, flying to Chicago, renting a car, driving it to Indianapolis, driving it back, and flying back to LAX from Chicago is cheaper than just plane tickets to Indianapolis and back.
Yeah, that was a little weird.
Yeah, so we've got a
life hack for you guys.
Yeah, a little life hack. Frontier, they're awesome, except for having to buy all the additional things like
Dying
bags.
of dysentery?
Yes. So we've got 10 people supposedly coming, hopefully coming.
We'll see.
Yep.
We'll see. There's a couple people who are maybes.
Big shout out to Michael and Andy for maybes.
Yeah, if you guys end up seeing this video and you can show it to your bosses and be like, these guys need us.
No.
That's not going to get them anywhere.
You're right.
Get fired.
I'll probably just get them fired. Well, that means they can come to Gen Con.
That's true.
Right?
That's true.
There you go.
So anyway, we're really excited about it. We're going to be meeting up with a couple old members. Lacey will be there. And
shout out to Lacey.
and her husband, Aaron, and a couple new people that are friends with them apparently over there. I don't know why.
Keith and Vlarg. And...
They're friends with Lacey. I don't know about Aaron.
Vlarg?
Yeah, Vlarg.
That's not his name.
Keith and John and Vlarg and I don't know.
Zach.
Okay.
Shout out to Keith and Zach. Yeah, and then and Taylor will be joining us there, and hopefully Taylor, and hopefully Andy and Michael.
Yeah.
So it'd be about 10 people, which would be
So
awesome.
bummer if they don't make it.
Yeah. But fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
So
Fingers
fingers crossed. Hopefully. So Santa Barbara will be well represented
relatively represented
at GenCon. Why don't you tell us a little bit about GenCon? Briefly, Christian.
So GenCon was created by Gary Gygax, the inventor of Dungeons and Dragons. And really?
No.
Oh yeah.
I don't know shit.
Yeah.
Oh.
It stood for the
Generation Con, the con of the generation.
No, it stood for Geneva Convention because it was in Geneva, Wisconsin, but they changed the name to the Con of Our
they also
Generation.
called it the Con of Our Generation.
Okay.
Why was it like a con? Like they're tricking us?
No.
Okay.
Am I gonna get there and there's just gonna be like a van with guys in burlap sacks? You guys have been promising me like awesome food trucks and like gaming.
This is Nate's first time going to Gen Con. And given our history as a gaming group, he is very wary.
Distrustful.
About leaving shoes on when he passes out.
Right.
Dude, don't. No fucking markers are coming out.
Alright. We have a history. Not with Nate, with Aaron. But anyway, it's a pretty big convention. It's not like Comic-Con size.
Well, it's like a third of the size of Comic-Con or something. Well, Comic-Con's huge now. It's like over 1 million people or something.
Yeah, it's.
Oh wow. Yeah. Well, this is like 85,000 a day head count.
Yes.
Yeah, a day.
Yeah. That's reasonable.
But it's games of all stripes.
It's big. It's board games, card games, D&D, role-playing, war games, fucking everything. And the
furries,
yipping, cats chasing dogs. So literally
cats and dogs living together.
Yeah, it's actually a really cool convention. Not only because a lot of the big names are represented there, like Privateer Press, Weird Miniatures, Outlaw Miniatures,
Games Workshop.
No.
Nope. Oh no.
No. Games Workshop is wait, what's the
last year Games Workshop was supposed to have a booth, when one of the people who work for Games Workshop, when asked entering the United States what they were there for on their tourist visa, they said business, and they were sent back
because Games Workshop is Sofa Kings.
Anyway. But Fantasy Flight's there. Paizo would be there. Forge World will be there
because they're
a lot of the big names in gaming are going to be there, which is really cool.
Paigao, is that what you said?
Paizo.
Okay.
They make Pathfinder.
I know.
Or some
What
shit.
about Magic the Gathering? Are they
Yeah, Wizards of the Coast, I don't believe have a booth. Actually.
Yeah, but there was like half a hall of Magic players there.
Yeah, and also
14.
like all of the stores sell Magic cards,
Corvus
like
Belli.
loose Magic cards. Yeah,
Corvus Belli,
War Games.
Yeah, Hawk, Dropzone Commander, and
but all of that's really
Infinity.
cool. But really, what the cool thing about Gen Con is that not only is it an opportunity for people to interact with the large game companies, it's also an opportunity for the smaller game companies to interact with their audience.
Yep.
So they actually have an entire section that is for the entrepreneurial hall. They have startups and indie games. I remember last year, 2 of the guys who were on the plane with me were both independent game developers who were launching their games at Gen Con, which is really cool. So you get to kind of see almost like the future of game. Yeah. Where like you get to see these cool new board games coming out and interesting card game mechanics and
bunch of failed Kickstarters.
Yes, some failed Kickstarters, mostly successful ones though, like Kingdom Death and Outlaw Ninjas.
Kickstarters that should have failed.
And weird.
Yeah. Hopefully, okay. So like Steamforged Games will have the a version of the Dark Souls board game there. Okay. Since I kickstarted it, I pledged for it and all that. I'm really excited to try my hand at it a few times. Hawk War Games, hopefully we'll get another book.
I have a question.
Yes.
When you're playing Dark Souls board game and you roll your dice, if you roll poorly, does someone come out and cut off a finger? Because I feel like that would be required for it to be a Dark Souls board game.
What? No, this isn't Yakuza.
Does that happen when you're playing the video game? They cut off your fingers?
Well, no, it's basically the same thing.
Yeah, you feel that way.
When you watch our episodes
when you're
Digital
fighting
Table...
the Abyssal Watcher in Dark Souls 3 and you just can't get anywhere past him.
So what are you most excited about for Gen Con?
Yeah.
Weird releases?
No, but what types of
the Nightmare Weird
box, everything from Weird that's coming out, like everything looks good, but I'm gonna buy the
new book,
the Arcanist crew, the new book, the Nightmare crew, and whatever else they have that's new for me, for my factions.
Maybe that's what I need to do. I've been like snooping around for something to buy. I've been thinking like Mark III just came out for like War Machine, and we're in a good War Machine kick, but I own 2 factions, so maybe I should just like buy a bunch of weird stuff.
Well, in 2014, I would have to say, and you could correct me if you think that I'm wrong here, Christian, that Weird absolutely stole the show.
2014, and because you weren't here last year at Gen Con, 2015, Weird also stole the show.
Okay.
I mean, they steal the show every year.
Their booth looks beautiful. They have professional cosplayers.
It's also really well organized.
Mm-hmm.
They have everything set up where it needs to be set up. All the factions are together. They have trucks showing up every day with stock. And the best part is for every $50 you spend, you get a raffle ticket. And then at the end, they give away about 40 prizes.
Just like Mark Sander won.
Right, yes. Or Nick, our buddy Nick, who will also be at Gen Con this year. Yeah. He had his name pulled in the raffle, I think 5 times last year.
Yeah.
But he
have a miniature that was the next year that they had the kilt lifter.
Yeah.
And so they're kind of this is kind of since Mark III is coming out,
they're bringing it back. They're bringing back the Buccaneer Brew, and they're doing an E-Scar sculpt.
So we'll also get shirts, growlers, and and
In all
the minis and
pins.
Yeah, I definitely want to get some
Pins.
swag, and like actually, I talked to Mark about this before we came. The main thing I want to get is like the elite gamer accoutrement to go along with. Like, I got some metal like focus tokens, and I want to get like some nice.
Hey,
nice
if Wormwood
dice tray
is there
So-
with their
There you go.
dice tray, I may get
They
that.
have a company it's GenCon. They're actually really cool, and they sell dice that are made out of exotic animal bone. And they take the bone, they grind it down, and they reconstitute it into dice so that it's evenly weighted and stuff like that. And I was looking at them last year. They had a gator jawbone dice. They were $22 a pop.
Oh god.
They had 10,000-year-old petrified mammoth tusk dice that were, I think, around $280 a pair.
How do you like? How do you verify the authenticity of something like that?
They
No, I
had-
swear
they had a
to
bunch
God,
of cool
it's
stuff.
rhino.
I swear, it's the rhino. It's
It's
extinct
rhino.
rhino.
It's
Extinct
extinct rhino.
Special,
It's
special
very,
tri-horn rhino.
very,
Tri-horn rhino.
very good. Makes strong. Yeah.
So there's a lot of weird shit there. Not weird, but like
Odd.
weird, odd shit there. I mean, you go there and
Wackadoo.
they've got an entire section of people selling their fantasy style art. They've got a whole nother area where you can buy like
Swords,
wizard
and
robes and shit
costumes
and costumes and bathrobes that make you look like Homer Simpson and fucking
or the dude.
There's people selling furry ears and tails. I mean, just everything you can imagine. And that's just the vendor hall.
Yeah.
That's not even to mention the 3 times as large gamer hall where they have gigantic Settlers of Catan where the tiles are 3.5 feet across and you actually have to walk across and place your little house down, or the guys making LARPing swords and armor out of foam and duct tape
and telling us to take off when
to
we
get
try
the hell
to
out
play
of there when we're trying to build
Malifaux,
models or
yeah.
whatever. Then there's the parade of cosplayers on Saturday.
Oh yeah.
Last year there was a guy dressed up in a 2-scale Sauron costume he had made himself.
Looked
That was
really
really
good,
impressive.
really impressive.
The only problem was he was about 10 minutes too late for the parade, so he ended up making his own parade down the hall because everyone stopped and looked at him because he had by far the best costume.
Yeah.
There's the food trucks outside, the outside entertainment. A brewery shows up with their kegs of beer, and there's a beer garden. Just all of the cool shit that
garden.
goes on. Not to mention there's also the upstairs level with all the seminars and painting sessions and sculpting sessions and how to crochet a hat with fucking hobbit ears on it. Then there's the hotels all around the convention center that also have seminars. I was outside vaping last year and at 2:30 in the morning, and this woman and her friend came up and they told me to come inside to the hotel I was staying at and check out this convention they were doing, which was gamers who brew their own beer, and they were just a bunch of people who brought their beer that they were brewing, and everyone was drinking beer, and it was fantastic.
Are we gonna try to hit the cigar speakeasy?
I don't know. They don't let us vape in there, so
Oh.
I don't know. But it's cool. I mean, they got expensive cigars and nice drinks. It's kind of a cool.
It's a nice
underground place.
ambiance.
Yeah, and
What's it called? McNeely's or something?
I don't remember. It's like 2 blocks away. It's pretty cool. It's right downtown. But there's a lot of cool shit to do at Gen Con, and I'm really excited because this is going to be a couple people's first Gen Cons.
Yay!
Andy,
and
if he
Santa
shows
Barbara.
up, and this is the first big Santa Barbara Wargaming con.
Well, as Santa Barbara Wargaming is winding down,
Well,
this is going to be our chance.
Yeah.
well, I mean, I'm not going to stop going to Gen Con regardless of where I move.
No.
So
Well, that's what I mean. Is this is going to be our reunion?
yeah, Gen Con's a good reunion. Aaron because he thought Aaron cheated. But
Well, Aaron is a filthy cheater.
Aaron is a filthy cheater.
Almost
Lacey.
as bad as Taylor.
Look out for that.
Yeah.
We've done a number of conventions, but like this is definitely like the big one.
Yeah.
This is your third in a row now.
This is my third in a row.
And it would have been my third in a row, but I wasn't able to.
But you were here
go.
last year, so it's not.
So it's not. Yeah. I don't plan on stopping doing Gen Cons anytime
No, I'm
soon.
going to keep doing Gen Con.
And y'all see in our little occasional vlogcast if we even have the time to stop having fun to shoot a video for you clowns.
Yeah.
How cool it is. Just standing in the center of the gaming hall itself is a mind-blowing experience.
Yeah.
It's a lot like when you're 5 and you go to Disneyland for the first time and you're just like...
That's a good way to describe it.
Don't oversell it.
There's just so many people.
You
like,
literally can't oversell it, Nate. That's a great way to describe it when you're 5 and go to Disneyland for the first time.
Yeah, it is really a spiritual experience almost, you know?
Yeah. It's like the nerds version of Burning Man before it got bizarre and shitty.
Very, very true.
Okay.
But yeah, so we're excited. We'll check in probably tomorrow once we land from the Ram.
On the road, officially an actual road.
We'll actually be on the road
GenCon.
as we're driving to Indianapolis, and then we'll also check in with you guys when we get to the Ram.
Yeah, you may get a butt shot of Christian and a brief announcement as we're getting on the plane or getting out of the airport or something.
Yeah, we'll see.
So,
we'll figure it out. Or maybe on the plane itself while we're flying. We'll just do a little video really quick.
Sure. And see if there's anybody else on the plane going to Gen Con.
Probably not
Chicago.
Yeah, well, we figured it out.
Yeah, that's true. Well, to be fair, we figured it out because my girlfriend figured it out.
Okay.
So,
and she is much smarter than you are.
Than most people, yeah.
Yeah, almost every. Okay.
Okay. So for everyone here at Wargaming, at least in LA,
May you roll poorly.
See you at Gen Con.